Before Giannis Antetokounmpo became the face of the Milwaukee Bucks, there was another rising star who once carried the hopes of the franchise.
But for us, there's really no pressure on us right now. So we just gonna go out there and play basketball and win.
And how many games?
Brandon Jennings. If you're a die-hard NBA fan, you likely remember the buzz surrounding Jennings as he lit up the league in his early days. His journey wasn't like others. He took an unconventional route to the NBA that had fans and analysts eager to see what he'd bring. And boy, did he bring it. But what happened? How did a player with so much potential go from being the next big thing to fading into the background? Let's dive into the story of Brandon Jennings. Let's get started. Brandon Jennings recently stirred up some buzz among former NBA players by confidently proclaiming his superiority.
Pound for pound, I'm better than him.
In high school?
No, just leading up. Oh, high school, skip that.
No, I tell them half a pound. I'm better than him in high school. Just skip all that college stuff. This bold statement has fans questioning just how talented Jennings was in his prime. Let's rewind to November 14th, 2009. When rookie Jennings made headlines by scoring an astonishing 55 points against Stephen Curry and the Golden State Warriors in just his 7th NBA game. This wasn't merely a fluke, it marked the emergence of a unique talent ready to take the league by storm. When Jennings entered the NBA, expectations soared. ESPN had ranked him as the top high school prospect in 2008, even ahead of future stars like Drew Holiday, DeMar DeRozan, and Kemba Walker. His decision to skip college and go pro overseas ignited heated discussions about the future of young athletes. At that time, the Milwaukee Bucks were desperate for help in their backcourt, relying on players like Luke Ridnour, Ramon Sessions, Charlie Bell, and the injury-prone Michael Redd. Jennings was exactly the spark they needed. In his NBA debut against the Philadelphia 76ers, he almost recorded a triple-double, posting 17 points, 9 assists, and 9 rebounds in just 34 minutes. While the Bucks lost that game, Jennings' energy was undeniable, immediately capturing the fans' attention. As the season progressed, he displayed flashes of brilliance, culminating in a remarkable stretch in November. In a standout performance against the Denver Nuggets, he faced off against 2004 NBA champion Chauncey Billups, an established all-star. Jennings took command in the fourth quarter, hitting 2 crucial three-pointers and sealing the win with 6 consecutive free throws, finishing with 32 points, 9 assists, and 4 rebounds on an impressive 11 of 19 shooting from the field, including a perfect 2 of 2 from beyond the arc. This was the peak of Jennings' dazzling potential. Just 3 days after his remarkable performance against the Nuggets, Brandon Jennings dazzled Bucks fans with his unforgettable double nickel game on November 14th. In a thrilling 129-125 victory over the Golden State Warriors, Jennings scored an impressive 55 points, shooting 21 of 34 from the field, including a scorching 7 of 8 from three-point range. His journey to this stellar performance wasn't easy. He started rough, missing his first 3 shots and spending nearly 5 minutes on the bench without scoring in the first quarter. However, Jennings ignited over the next 3 quarters, exploding for 55 points, including a staggering 29 in the third alone. Throughout the game, Jennings showcased a diverse skill set, effortlessly hitting floaters, smooth pull-up jumpers, and explosive drives to the rim. He even displayed his versatility by grabbing rebounds, bringing the ball up the court, and knocking down threes off screens. His electric performance not only led the Bucks to their 4th consecutive victory, but also marked a breakthrough moment for the rookie, making him the talk of Milwaukee. In this iconic outing, Jennings broke the franchise record for most points by a rookie, surpassing the legendary Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's previous record set in 1970. Additionally, his 55 points were the most scored by an NBA rookie since Earl the Pearl Monroe's 56 points in 1968, and it stood as the 2nd most points ever scored by a Milwaukee Buck, only behind Michael Redd's 57-point game in 2006. With expectations soaring, Jennings quickly won over Bucks fans, displaying a swagger reminiscent of the franchise's Big Three era, featuring Ray Allen, Glenn Robinson, and Sam Cassell. Even in a close overtime loss to the Mavericks on November 16th, Jennings impressed with 25 points, 8 assists, and 7 rebounds. 2 days later, he led the Bucks to victory over the Nets, contributing 19 points, 8 assists, and 4 rebounds. Over this exhilarating 5-game stretch, Jennings averaged an astounding 32 points, 7.4 assists, and 4.8 rebounds, while shooting 52.3% from the field and an incredible 59.4% from beyond the arc. This was the emergence of a rising star in the NBA, captivating fans and leaving a lasting legacy in Milwaukee. Brandon Jennings closed out a solid rookie season, posting averages of 15.5 points, 5.7 assists, and 3.4 rebounds over 82 games. He finished third in the Rookie of the Year voting and earned a spot on the All-Rookie First Team. More importantly, his efforts helped lead the Bucks to their first playoff appearance in 4 years. Although they lost in the first round to the Atlanta Hawks after a grueling 7-game series, the Jennings era in Milwaukee seemed to be off to a promising start. In the following season, Jennings aimed even higher. On October 30th, 2010, he achieved his first career triple-double with 20 points, 10 rebounds, and 10 assists in a win over the Charlotte Bobcats. However, his second year was marred by a significant setback, a broken foot that sidelined him for over a month. Despite the injury, Jennings still averaged 16.2 points and 4.8 assists, although his efficiency took a hit. The 2012 season proved to be challenging for Jennings, as he shot only 39% from the field and a disappointing 32% from beyond the arc. His shot selection, particularly his penchant for risky three-point attempts, raised concerns for the Bucks. While Jennings aimed to make a memorable comeback, the team struggled to make the playoffs for the second consecutive year. As a shoot-first point guard, Jennings made a name for himself with his aggressive scoring mentality, employing relentless full-court pressure that forced opponents into averaging over 16 turnovers per 100 possessions. However, Milwaukee struggled to adapt to Jennings's heavy offensive workload. Approaching restricted free agency at the end of the 2012-13 season, Jennings sought a long-term contract, asserting he wouldn't stay in Milwaukee without one. The Bucks hesitated to offer him a maximum extension, concerned about his development and commitment to the team. In his fourth and final season with the Bucks, Brandon Jennings teamed up with newly acquired Monta Ellis, forming one of the NBA's most dynamic backcourts. Together, they guided the team back to the playoffs with a 38-44 record, securing the 8th seed in the Eastern Conference. Facing the reigning champions, the Miami Heat, Jennings boldly declared, "I know everybody's counting us out. There's really no pressure on us right now."
I know everybody's counting us out. For us, there's really no pressure on us right now. So we just gonna go out there and play basketball and win.
And how many games?
6. We're gonna win.
So we're just gonna go out there and play basketball and win 6 games. Little did he know that the phrase "Bucks in 6" would later become iconic, especially during the 2021 NBA playoffs when the Bucks won the championship in 6 games after being down 2-0. Coincidentally, in 2021, the Bucks began their playoff run by sweeping the Heat, and Jennings was invited to join the championship parade and help design the team's championship rings. However, rewinding back to 2013, Jennings's bold prediction didn't pan out as hoped. In Game 1 of the playoffs, he scored 26 points, second only to LeBron James's 27. But the Bucks were overmatched, suffering a 110-87 blowout loss, a harbinger of what was to come as the Heat swept the Bucks. Jennings struggled with his efficiency, shooting just 30% from the field and 21% from three-point range. This challenging playoff experience marked a turning point for Jennings, signaling the end of his time with the Milwaukee Bucks. Despite a promising start and several standout games, he ultimately fell short of the long-term expectations the franchise had for him. After leaving Milwaukee, Jennings signed a 3-year, $25 million deal with the Detroit Pistons. However, his time in Detroit was marred by inconsistency. In his first year, he averaged 15.1 points and 7.6 assists per game, but his once stellar defensive performance began to decline. Despite these challenges, Jennings showcased his playmaking ability during a game against the Phoenix Suns, recording 16 assists in the first half and tying Isaiah Thomas's franchise record for the most assists in a half. He continued to develop his passing game, achieving a career-high 21 assists in a game against the Orlando Magic the following season. On that night, he also scored 24 points, becoming the first player since Steve Nash in 2009 to achieve a 20-of-20 assist game, highlighting his evolving skill set in the league. However, fate took a turn for the worse when Brandon Jennings ruptured his left Achilles tendon in the very next game against the Bucks, ruling him out for the remainder of the season. This injury was particularly devastating, marking what many believe was the beginning of the end for his once promising career. Although Jennings made a return just before 2016, he lacked the quickness that had been a hallmark of his playing style. His true shooting percentage fell below average, and his assists dropped to a career low after just 23 games post-injury. Jennings's time with the Pistons came to an end when he was traded to the Orlando Magic on February 16, 2016. This trade signified the start of his career as an NBA journeyman. At only 26 years old, Jennings struggled to regain his former self, averaging just 7 points and 3 assists per game. Once a starter in his early career, he found himself relegated to a bench role as he moved from team to team. In July 2016, Jennings signed with the New York Knicks, but was waived 7 months later when no trade could be arranged. He then joined the Washington Wizards, where his performance was disappointing. He recorded the lowest point total of his career, shooting just 36% from the field and 31% from three-point range. Despite the Wizards advancing to the Eastern Conference semifinals that year, Jennings made little impact on their playoff run. Due to inflated salary cap projections and his underwhelming performance, he couldn't secure an NBA contract during the free agency period. Instead, Jennings chose to return overseas, where his professional career had begun. At 28, he signed a one-season deal worth $1.5 million with the Brave Dragons in China. Jennings performed well, averaging 27.8 points, 5.1 rebounds, 6.8 assists, and 2.7 steals per game. However, after just 13 games, he parted ways with the team. In 2018, Jennings attempted an NBA comeback by joining the Milwaukee Bucks G League affiliate, the Wisconsin Herd. His performance earned him a 10-day contract with the Bucks, who were building a championship roster. He had a notable debut, nearly achieving a triple-double with 16 points, 12 assists, and 8 rebounds, reminiscent of his rookie season. He received a second 10-day contract and later a multi-year deal, but was ultimately waived at the end of the season. Despite his efforts to revive his career, Jennings was unable to return to his previous form. On October 20th, 2018, he signed a one-year deal with Zenit St. Petersburg in the VTB United League. Unfortunately, his contract was terminated after just 10 games due to a controversial Instagram post where he criticized his coach for being involved with his son's team. Brandon Jennings' basketball career came to an end after a decade filled with more struggles than successes. While he may not have been destined for greatness, his talent was undeniable, and he deserved more than just a brief period in the spotlight. His legacy remains bittersweet, marked by unfulfilled potential and one of the shortest primes in NBA history, but also as the fearless shoot-first point guard who dropped 55 points in just his 7th game as a rookie. Our video is ending now. What do you think was the turning point in Brandon Jennings' career? Let us know in the comments below. We're eager to hear your thoughts. If you enjoyed exploring the rise and fall of Jennings with us, please give us a like and don't forget to subscribe for more exciting content. Thanks for watching.